Hey yo guys, Jamstrap here, and welcome back to another video. And in this one, I finally can unbox the prophecy of the wolf for you guys. I mean, I'm probably a bit too late to this, to be honest, because some people got it like 2 months ago, and I've just only got mine now. I actually pre-ordered this when it was initially announced and all that kind of stuff. But literally like the day or two before it was supposed to be shipped out to me, everything went into lockdown and GW closed their factory. So yeah, it's been an extremely long wait. But yeah, I'm going to show you guys the box, show you what's inside there. And I've actually opened this up because I built up Ragnar, Makari, and Gazgul for you guys. You guys can have a proper look at him. Well, them, I should say. I didn't want to just show you guys sprues of them because they're just too awesome of sculpts to be doing that. So yeah, let's have a look at the artwork. I mean, first of all, this is a great piece of art right there. Quite like that. Let's flip him around. And yeah, that's your contents, really. It's not a super riveting box. I know this box has kind of got people a bit like 50-50 on. Some people hated it, some people thought it was decent. I don't think anybody really loved it. I think the most main complaint is orcs are supposed to be like a horde army, and they've actually got less miniatures than the wolves, and the wolves don't look anything like space wolves. They just look like super tactical space dudes. So I definitely understand. I mean, I personally, apart from the Reavers, I don't really like this kind of aesthetic. But the Orc side, I mean, I have both these armies, so I'm super happy. But anyway, you guys didn't come here for me to be rambling on about that. I'm gonna get everything out of you. Okay, there we go. Not gonna lie, the first thing I did when I opened this bad boy was give it a good old sniff, because, you know, nothing better than that like new factory smell with like books and miniatures and stuff like that. Either that or I'm just a freak. So yeah, you got your little instruction manual over here telling you how to build it. Yeah, now of course, where is he now? Gaz School over here. Yeah, I know GW always showed him built like this, but then he's got this post. That one's like he's leaning over firing, and this one is standing more upright and the smoke coming out. And this is actually the version I built. I don't know, I didn't. They're both cool, but I preferred this one, so that's what I went for. But anyway, just instructions. Nobody really cares about that. Okay, maybe I'll move the box out the way and we can have a proper look at these sprues. First up, this is actually the sprue that Gaz and Makari come on. They came on the same sprue together. As you can see, it's two pretty hefty sprues, because I mean, he's a pretty big boy there. Got all my bits and stuff for the not many spares on here. To be honest, I don't actually know what that part is. I probably need to check the manual again. There's a couple of those kind of things that, but yeah, nothing to see there. That's just an empty sprue now, but at least you know how big Gaz is when he comes on the sprue. And continuing with the orcs, then we get technically 3 sprues of the mega knobs, because they come like that. And yeah, this is normally quite an expensive kit to get separately, so I think on eBay with this box they're getting sold a lot cheaper now. And yeah, I really love this kit. I mean, all the orc side I really like. I've actually recently got this kit for the first time over Christmas. I haven't built it up yet because, you know, I'm trying to get through my backlog first. But yeah, so now altogether I've got 6 of these guys. These are pretty old. I'm not going to spend too much time on them. But as you can see, there's some weaponry and stuff like that. Sorry, my table, I've been painting a lot lately, so it's a bit dirty. And you got your buzz saws. Some people don't really like this kit because they think it's a bit like boxy and static, but I get where they're coming from, but I don't know, I still really like this kit. I think it's pretty snazzy. And you can build you can make like a mech in Mega Armor or whatever it's called. Yeah, you can make quite a few different variants out of this kit as well, so having 2 of them is definitely not bad. You can build different stuff. Yeah, so that's the frame of the body right there, some different heads. But once again, like I said, I won't spend too much on this. And then we also got 3 sprues of knobs. That's always really weird to say out loud. But yeah, knobs are also a bit of an older kit, but they're one of my favorite kits in GW's ever made. I don't know, it's just, this is what orc should be. Actually, I feel like this is what orc boy should be, and the knob should probably be even meaner. But sorry, just adjusting my lighting there, so maybe you guys can get a bit of view now. If that's not too bright. Yeah, it's just the knob kit. Don't know if you guys seen it before or not. Yeah, loads and loads of options there. Yeah, one thing I will say actually, because I know a lot of people said Gaz isn't as big as they thought he would be, considering he's supposed to be like just as big as like the Beast and all that kind of stuff. And they think like, you know, it's his like mech suit that makes him big. And no, he's like legs and arms are pretty thick, but the weird part is actually, I'll put a picture up in a second I took, that his head is actually smaller than these knob heads. Like knob heads. But yeah, like I said, I'll put a picture up now. But yeah, his head is actually smaller than these dudes, which is really weird. You'd think it'd be much bigger. And yeah, like I said, big choppers, loads of head options. This kit you can buy quite a few times and you're going to get loads of cool dudes out of it. Really, really like this kit. So yeah, like I said, the orc part I'm really, really happy with, even though it's a bit more of an elite orc list, which is fine for me because I don't think I'm going to invest in boys for a while until maybe they bring a new kit out. Alright, moving on to the Space Wolves. Or I should just say Primaris Marines because they're not really Space Wolves. And both these sprues are identical, so I'm just going to go through the one. But yeah, get two so you can make 10 dudes. And I don't really know what to go through with these guys. I mean, you get two different options. You can build them as infiltrators and incursors, I believe. And I don't know, maybe these guys will grow on me at some point, but maybe if they're good in game or something, they might have a kind of like that kind of vibe. We want to have them in the game, but looks wise, aesthetically, I'm not like the antennas and stuff. Like, don't really, don't really feel it. I say with all these, like the backpacks have got antennas, their heads have got antennas. Like I got the Phobos guys out of the Shadow Spear box set. They're so over the top. I mean, look at this dude. I don't know if my lighting's getting it. Yeah, this head at the top here is just crazy. I mean, he's got all that going on, and plus he's got antennas on his backpack. Now, wow, where is he radio signaling to? Like, how far? I mean, do normal Space Marines not able to communicate far with their normal helmets? I don't know. I always like 40k and stuff because it's always about knights and barbarians and stuff in space, and these guys are going a bit far with the, I don't know, space soldiers, I guess. But like I said, maybe once I'll kit bash them up, put some wolf pelts on them, some runes. Yeah, you know. And I've heard there, I don't know which version it is, but one of them is actually really good options for Space Wolves with the double blades and stuff. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see what I can make of them. But yeah, that's all you get in the wolf side, really, apart from Ragnar. You get two of these sprues. That's it. Alright, just bringing the box back for a second. You get this like little divider thing, and flipping it over, you actually get a really, really nice print of this artwork. I'm definitely going to keep that. I've been keeping a lot of these, like the tooth and claw version stuff there. I might frame them one day or something. That's really, really nice. Obviously, you do get a bag of sprues, but I've put that in my little sprue bucket already. And then you get like some lore and rules and stuff like that in this bad boy. It's quite a thick book for a box game like this. Yeah, I haven't had to read through it yet. That's quite a cool image there with Gaz on the top. So, some imagery, kind of, it's like a codex, mini codex update for all the dudes that are in here. Some artwork and yeah. So, pretty interesting. Definitely have a read through that. You get your little rule pamphlet, an Orky transfer sheet, and your Wolfie version, of course. And yeah, let's go on to the main event of showing you the two dudes. I'll start with Gazgul first. Actually, 1 second before I start with that, I just remembered I had this box, which is a Stormclaw, and I just thought it was interesting because this is actually the last box that had Orcs versus Space Wolves in it. And I remember when this came out, it was like I was super like needed to get this box. And I think it was around 2012, but I don't know if you were around that time, correct me in the comments below. But yeah, this I just wanted to say, like, because people didn't really like the Prophecy of the Wolf box, I thought maybe I'll show you guys what was in the older one, see what the comparison is. So yeah, back then we also got two new characters. We got Grok Face Ripper or something like that. Yeah, Grok Face Ripper. That's a really good sculpt. I still got him. Came with a Chrome Dragon Gaze. I sold him when I sold him with all my Space Wolves I had, because I was building them up and everything, and then Primaris came out, and I was like, yeah, you know what? I know Primaris. I knew instantly Primaris was the future, but I kept a lot of bits from that army so I could kit bash the hell out of my Primaris. But yeah, anyway, so you got a awesome new sculpt. You got 10 like grey hunters or whatever you wanted to build them as, and you got 5 terminators. Then you got 5 knobs, 3 killer cans, some knobs, and a thing, Grok Face Ripper there. So yeah, I don't know which one you think's better or worse. I mean, I think the Orky side on the Prophecy of the Wolf is just as cool as this one, if not cooler, because Gaz is a much cooler model than that. And back then, this was also pretty cool. You got 10 dudes, a character, and you got Terminators. No, all you got is a character and 10 dudes. So I don't know. I don't know what the price points were back then. I can't remember now, but yeah, I just wanted to show you guys this. This is a bit of an older box, and I still have it lying around. Thought you might be interested. But once again, let's just get into the models. Alright, Gazgul Thrucker, the man himself. The big bad and the most awesome model in this entire thing. Well, I guess that's subjective, but I mean size-wise, he's just freaking huge. Like I said, he's a really big model, but his head is smaller than like a normal orc knob, so it's a little bit weird. Now I gotta be slightly gentle with this dude because I've decided recently I'm gonna start trying to do some like sub-assembly painting, you know, trying to up my painting game a little bit. But yeah, let's give a little look around what he looks like. Like I said, he's massively intimidating. I'll give you a size comparison in a second as well. Like I said, I've blue tacked some bits on just so you guys can have a look. Massive cranky, like cranked up power pack there. That's just ridiculous. His legs from the back look a little bit weird. They're like going in on themselves, if that makes sense. Like I said, I went for the leaning over pose like that compared to the leaning that way and shooting. Absolutely beastie model. You'll see now when I do a size comparison. Oops, now there we go. This wire fell off, but I'll put that to the side for now. You guys don't need to worry about that. Now, before we go into the size comparison, I'll use him to compare size, I guess. I just made that up. But yeah, here's Makari over here. Super angry little dude. Look at his little face and his teeth. But yeah, he's standing on like a, is that a scion or just a normal guardsman head or something like that? Yeah, that banner is really, really cool. I like that they give you blank slates there so you can kind of put on your own markings and stuff like that. Yeah, he's super, super tiny. And yeah, it was really weird after building him and Ragnar, and then just doing this guy comes in like 4 parts or something crazy. So yeah, first size comparison then, if I don't make this dude fall apart. There, that's what he looks like next to the little grotty Gretchen dude. So there already, he's absolutely stonking. I mean, one of his claws is bigger than him. Let's get a normal orc boy. So there we go, we've got a normal orc boy like that. Once again, he's like power claws bigger than him. Yeah, massive. These are actually my wife's orcs, not mine. I've got my own versions. Yeah, that's the orc. Let's go for a knob here. Big old orc knob. Yeah, slightly bigger now, but still not bigger than his arm. You can definitely start to see the presence he has, because I mean, these aren't exactly small models. And lastly, let's get him up against this older Salt on Black Reach war boss. Even then, he's still absolutely massive. I got Grok somewhere, but he's like he's in storage, so didn't get him up, but these were just on the shelf, so I grabbed him. Yeah, once again, just towers above him. And just lastly, for a slightly more newer model, that's what it looks like next to a Primaris Marine. That's all my size comparisons for this dude. I'll bring him up again when I once I get Ragnar's side done. Yeah, absolutely beastie boy. He definitely is what he deserves to be, the center of your orc army. Would have been cooler if his body was most of the mass, but like his suit seems to do most of it, but still, regardless of that fact, this is probably one of the coolest orc models I've ever owned or made. Alright, the man, the myth, the legend, Ragnar Blackmane. Man, this dude needed an update, and he definitely got one. He went from like one of the oldest miniatures in GW's line to one of the most badass Space Wolves, well, Primaris Space Wolves, or actually even just normal Space Wolves around. Now, once again, this guy is blue tacked, probably a lot more blue tacked, so it's not correctly together, but you guys can get the vibe. I mean, just look at him leaping around. Yeah, so much character and so dynamic. Now, I know a lot of people are ragging on this base saying, oh, it doesn't make any sense because he's jumping that way, but the floor is going that way. Well, I don't really see that as a problem. If you're running along, you jump, hit that, and then leap off of that. I mean, I'm pretty sure anybody can do that pretty easily, so don't really get that problem. I do think it's maybe a bit too tall. I was thinking maybe cutting it a bit shorter because it is massively tall, especially considering none of my, well, most of my Space Wolves army are just on the floor, not on rocks or raised up too much. But once I've put like some stones around, built it up with snow and stuff like that, I think it looked pretty sweet. But onto the actual model, I will stop jibber jabbering. Yeah, his face has got an incredible amount of detail, as you can hopefully see there. And this model really makes me excited for the future of Space Wolf Primaris Marines. Because if this is what, like, if they eventually do like kind of Primaris versions of Grey Hunters or Long Fangs or anything like that, they're gonna look incredible. Especially if they do Blood Claws. You imagine like a bunch of jump pack guys looking like that. Yeah, that's gonna be an awesome kit. Like I said, I've put in prod assemblies. Doesn't really need to be because it's pretty easy to access most of them. And normally I like to kit bash, but I'm just going to leave this guy the way he is, and I'm going to try and paint him to the best of my standards. So yeah, anyway, I'm staring at this guy for too long. I'm going to give you a size comparison again. So obviously he's on the base, so it's a bit unfair, but you can kind of get the vibe of Primaris Space Wolf to a normal kind of Space Wolf. I mean, I haven't kit bashed this one up too much. So on the tabletop, that's what you're looking at there. Like that. So he's definitely going to be standing out on the table. Let's get my Gravis captain, so see what it looks like compared to Gravis armor. Obviously I've given him a similar kind of sword, so it makes him a bit taller. Still, I think Ragnar's got a lot more presence, a lot more dynamic obviously, and that sword looks much beefier. And lastly, my custom little rune priest dude I've just finished penning up, and you can kind of see there. I mean, this guy's super bright with his reds and glowing swords and stuff, so he seems like he has more presence. But maybe once Ragnar's on the table painted up, you'll have more presence as well. But yeah, so that's what he looks like there. Now just to last little thing, bring them up together, and you can see the difference. Absolutely massive difference there. I mean, Ragnar just looks like a little teddy bear next to him, little ragdoll. But yeah, super cool. Anyway, guys, comment below what you thought of this and what you thought of this box set, if you got it or not, or if you just really didn't like it. What do you think of Ghazghkull and Ragnar's new sculpts? I personally think they're super badass. Two of the best sculpts GW's released recently. And as always, if you liked the video, you know what to do. And if you like hobby content similar to this and kit bash videos and how to paint videos and all that kind of stuff, maybe check out my channel and subscribe as well. So yeah, but until then guys, see you in the next one. Bye bye.